LucasArts is no more. What's up, YouTube? This is Hector from Not Too Nerdy, and today I'm going to be talking about how Disney decided to drop LucasArts. Now, this might not be a big deal for a lot of people, but the people that are still Star Wars fans and, saw the franchise pretty much just disappear now because as soon as Disney took it over, there's been a lot of changes. And yes, we know they're working on a new episode, episode 7, and they're trying to focus all their time on that. But certain things that they've done lately has been kind of weird. For one, this whole thing with LucasArts right here, it's pretty shocking. As we all know, there was a game called Star Wars 1313, which looked very promising. I was actually excited to get this game. We saw previews of the game. Everything looked great of this game. And all of a sudden, Disney decided to drop it. They put it on ice. There's no more game being produced. Now, for some people, they said, well, they want to focus all their time on Star Wars Episode 7, but that's not the only thing they dropped. There's some people that actually like the cartoon, which is Star Wars, The Clone Wars, which is on Cartoon Network. They actually dropped that as well. Now, they didn't even finish that up. There was a huge storyline. There was a huge following for this cartoon show. I mean, it wasn't just for kids. It was also teenagers and adults watch it as well. So it was kind of shocking when Disney dropped the bomb on that, and people sort of accepted it because they're like, all right, well, maybe they're going to really focus on this Star Wars movie. But now with this video game, we all know LucasArts hasn't been doing too well as of late, in the last couple of years, actually, with their gaming. And but Star Wars 1313 was looking very promising, and for them to shut it down when they were almost done with the game is it's not a good sign. It really isn't, because they could have finished the game and it would have been very promising for them. They probably would have got a lot of sales out of it as well. And as a game software developer, I really don't like this at all. I mean, we know studios, they drop games like it's nothing sometimes. There might be a game that's in development for a while and all of a sudden they might just fire you out of nowhere. But for a company to fire you, not because the game isn't doing well, not because they don't think it's going to do well, it's because they want to focus their times on something else, it's kind of weird. Like they did buy over this whole company, George Lucas, and they wanted to take over the Star Wars franchise, but now all of a sudden they're getting rid of things that were successful in the franchise. And it's been a while since there's been certain things in Star Wars that's been so successful. I mean, a cartoon like the Clone Wars is very successful. Now, Star Wars 1313, people were looking forward to that. I'm not too sure if they took a look at the Star Wars, which we all know, the MMO that was out there that was not doing too well at all. And I don't know, they took a look at that and it's like, maybe there's no need for a Star Wars game right now. But Star Wars 1313 had nothing to do with that game. It's a completely different type of game. It's going back to its roots of like a good Star Wars game. So it's very shocking that they did this. It's very disappointing as well. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, being a game software developer, to see 150 people laid off when a job is almost complete, when a job could be successful, is very, very shocking. Now, I also heard rumors said that they might let the people that started developing the game finish it, but I don't see how that's possible because they're not going to want to give up the Star Wars franchise considering that they own everything. So I really think that this is it for it. It's completely on ice, and that's pretty much it. There's not going to be anything else to do with Star Wars. Maybe there might be in the future, but for right now, meanwhile, while they're working on all the episodes of the movies, I doubt there's going to be any game, which is kind of weird. It's very weird. This could have been a great intro before, the game came out, before the movie came out. They could have, let everyone focus on the game 1313, get a couple updates for the game, maybe a part 2 before the next episode comes out, and it could have been successful. It could have rejuvenate the Star Wars franchise. But instead, it looks like they went the other route and just canceling everything possible. Now, I'm kind of curious what you guys feel is, do you think this is a great thing that Disney did Do you think it was a, okay thing? Do you not really care? Because there's too many people out there who probably do not care about LucasArts anymore, because we all know that they were pretty much made fun of for the last couple years with their games, and they didn't put too much detail in their games. But to be honest with you, this Star Wars 1313 was looking pretty good. It looked like it might be a good, really good game. So for them to just cancel it while it's almost done, it's shocking. A lot of people today, like when I woke up, I looked at the news and I was just shocked that all of a sudden headline says LucasArts is no more, and it's very shocking and it's very disappointing. I mean, of course it goes back to nostalgia with the old-fashioned Star Wars games, but they made other games besides Star Wars games, and maybe they weren't as successful. But the fact that they weren't as successful, but yet their new game that was going to come out, people have been hyping it up for a while, and people were actually looking forward to it, is pretty disappointing that the developers that took the time to make that game, they didn't even get a chance to see that game through, to see it finish. And it's very, very shocking. Like, I don't know what this is going to do for the Star Wars franchise from now on. I don't know if people are going to take this seriously now that Disney owns it. Like, as soon as I found out Disney bought the Star Wars franchise, I thought it might be a good thing. I thought Disney's feeling a little refreshed. They've been doing stuff with Marvel and stuff like that. They look like they can handle a franchise like this. I thought maybe they might do something good. But then after I saw them drop the Clone Wars, I knew that that's going to piss off a lot of people right there. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Clone Wars. I don't watch it, but I have sat down and watched a couple episodes. It's pretty good. But I'm not like a die-hard fan of it or anything. But for people that are, like, for them to just drop the show out of nowhere for no apparent reason, but to be like, they want their writers to focus on writing for Star Wars, the movie, it's pretty shocking. But now, on top of it, they just cancel out a game that's supposed to come out. Like, what's next? What is next for the Star Wars franchise? So, kind of curious what you guys think. Please write in the comments below. Now sit back and enjoy the rest of my gameplay for Injustice: Gods Among Us.
Begin.